All right, we are live. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Ooh, happy Monday. I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. I know I did. I had a great weekend, actually. Let's see, what did I do? Saturday. What did I do Saturday? Okay, I don't remember what I did Saturday, but Sunday was amazing. Sunday, I actually had the opportunity to do like a styling demonstration with a boutique here in Atlanta, Bink and Bougie. And I'm going to post a highlight reel on my social media, but I was invited by one of my really, really good friends, someone that I went to school with. We played volleyball together, and now we're in the same sorority. And the owner of the boutique actually had a tea party for her. So super sweet, with all of her line sisters. And so she invited me to pull some pieces from the boutique and do a styling demonstration. So that was really, really cool. And again, I will definitely post a reel, a highlight on my social media. So be sure to check that out and make sure you're following me. So, oh Lord. If you're here live, give me a hashtag live. And if you're catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. So my sister's on. Hi, Court. This is my signature style. Hey, Christine, thank you for joining. Yes, it was a lot of fun, and God is so good. So, after this, she actually said that I can host my own style parties at this boutique, and she has some really cute pieces. So, once all of that is solidified and finalized, I will definitely be sharing. So, stay tuned for that. But it is winning season. It's growing and glowing season. So thank you all so much for joining and for saying hello. Again, if you're on live, give me a hashtag live. And if you're catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. So this is actually the fourth week that I have gone live. I'm really excited, you guys. This is week number 4 of Keeping It Classy with Krysta, where we talk about all things fashion and how your personal style can be used to enhance your professional brand. And so my superpower is curating cute, classy, and conservative looks for women without compromising style. So we know professional attire has changed drastically over the years, and I'm here for it. And sometimes, as women, we don't always necessarily know what looks good on us, or maybe we're just too busy to shop. So that's where I come in as an image consultant. I am certified, and I actually got certified in 2020, but I have been doing styling literally since 2016, I believe was when I had my first paid client. So tonight's topic, I'm really, really excited to share with you all because we're going to be talking about mastering the closet edit. And this is something, that everyone really needs to do periodically throughout their style journey, right? Because as we grow and our experiences impact our life and our future, we want to make sure that we have a wardrobe that aligns with that, right? I've talked about this before about the different transitions that you have in your life. And if you're still dressing the same way that you did in high school or college, depending on where you are in your journey, you might be doing something wrong. So it's time to refresh that look, to revamp that wardrobe, and to make sure that what you're dressing like and you're attracting is aligned with who you want to be in the future, or who you are desiring to be, whether it's a certain position or to be in a certain industry. Let's make sure that you're showing up in that light. And so before you go out and buy the clothes, or before you hire me to purchase those clothes, it's important to, first of all, take a look at what you already have in your closet, right? Strategically assess what's there. And then let's create a plan to go out. I posted something, I think a couple weeks ago, about being a strategic shopper versus impulse buying. And I'm guilty, sometimes with the impulse buys, especially if something's on sale. But we really have to think, does this truly represent my current, or excuse me, my past my current or my future self. And so we'll get into that tonight when we talk about just the strategy behind mastering the closet edit. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of background, set the stage, and set expectations on what I will be reviewing tonight. So you guys know the deal. As always, if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the chat. I'm looking at all of the comments. And I'll go ahead and share and answer as I can. And of course, I'm always looking for future topics. So if something, sparks your interest, feel free to send that to me as well. And I will be sure to add that to my long list of topics that I have planned for this series. So let's just go ahead and dive right into the topic for this evening. Again, for those of you that are just joining, please give me a hashtag live if you're live. And if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you. Give me a hashtag replay. All right, so we are talking tonight about mastering the closet edit. Right, Christine says yes, so we don't end up with a closet full of clothes with nothing to wear. Yes, exactly. That's what we're going to be talking tonight. And a lot of times when people think about shopping or fashion in general, because fashion is an art, people don't think that there's strategy behind it, but there really is. And just stay close and we'll be talking about some different strategies. But absolutely, Christine, we are going to help resolve that issue tonight. Okay. So when you first walk into your closet or when you're ready to start this process, it's important to first establish what your goal is, right? So I always talk about just my experience in project management and having your current state and your future state goals. And before you dig into this very emotional, mental, physical process, first, what is your goal? Are you focused on one particular area of your closet? Is this going to be a seasonal edit? Is this going to be focused on only your professional? For me, I like to go based on lifestyle. So I want to focus on only my professional attire for this time, or dresses. I have a ton of dresses. So let me focus on the dresses. And this is smart so that you don't get overwhelmed in this process, because once you get overwhelmed, you're just going to stop and you're never going to get back to it. So again, we're talking about strategy here and making sure that I'm setting you up for success in this process. So the first thing is going to be to establish that goal. Again, are you focused on just, figuring out your social clothes in your closet, things that you go out to have fun, even your athletic attire? If you're starting a new journey, a new physical fitness or physical health journey, let's make sure you have some wardrobe items that are going to help you be successful in that area. So again, start the process off with setting a goal, identifying what pieces of your closet you're looking to edit, write it down, and then let's create the plan to address it. Okay. So the first actual step of this is going to be breathe. Okay. Breathe and understand that this is not an easy process. Okay. As I mentioned before, this is a very physical process with you literally going in and pulling all of your clothing. And it can also be very emotional. Sometimes we don't understand the memories and the events and the trauma that some of our clothes hold. It can be tied to great memories. So it doesn't necessarily have to be bad emotions, but it definitely is an emotional process when we go through a closet edit or a closet cleanse, as I like to call it. So, and I'm even guilty of this myself, holding on to some items that don't necessarily serve us any longer. Like, why am I still holding on to a prom dress? Things like that. And really thinking about, I'm not going to wear it. So why don't I just let it go and make room for, something else that aligns better with who I am? Or there might be items, and we're going to get into this later in sorting, but there might be items that are just very sentimental in value. So it's important to breathe. Start off with just understanding that this is a process. And so I always recommend that you bring a friend to help you take a glass of wine, if you need that as well. Hire me, an expert, someone that's going to help you move through this process without getting stuck in the emotional and mental part of it. Okay. Because again, you'd be surprised with the memories and the weight sometimes that some of our clothing items really hold on us. And so, with this process, it's going to be important to let things go. And so, to mentally prepare for that is going to really set you up for success on this journey. So, again, first things first, I need you to breathe. Okay. All right. Now that we've got that out the way, the next thing that you need to do when it comes to being successful to master the closet edit is to remove all those miscellaneous items. And you know what I'm talking about. Remove all those miscellaneous items from your closet. Okay. Anything that you cannot wear physically, meaning if it's not clothing, if it's not shoes, a handbag, and even jewelry, get it out of there. So if these are your tax documents, if these are old files that belong in an office or in a different closet, your children's toys, anything that is not a part of this closet cleanse, get it out of the closet because number one, it's going to be a distraction for you. And now you're starting to clean up that stuff. And it's like, hey, hold on, let's focus. We're here for the clothes, not to start sorting through old mail or, any old items that you just tucked away in your closet. So make sure that you're just removing the miscellaneous items, as I've stated, to make sure that you are able to focus on the task at hand. Okay. So remove those miscellaneous items. And if this needs to be done the day before, do that, depending on how many items are in there. But again, make sure that you are cleaning out anything that's not going to be focused on. All right, the next thing is setting priorities. So you are going to prioritize a section of the closet. And I talked briefly about this earlier, saying that you can pick either your professional attire or special occasion, depending on how your closet is set up. You can do all your shirts one day or all of your bottoms, right? So, and we can talk about this further, but let's figure out which section you want to focus on. Some people, depending on the size of your closet, just want to knock everything out in one day. You want to set aside an entire Saturday or an entire Sunday and just knock everything out based on your schedule and how you work. And that's totally fine if that works for you. But I know for me personally, I like to go section by section. So set your priority and stick to that priority. Don't allow yourself to get distracted. So if you say you're going to focus on your dresses for one day, and let's say you have a shirt in that dress section, just move the shirt to a different area of the closet. Don't now start shifting to your shirts, okay? Same if we're talking about the seasons. So for me, I have like a winter closet and I have a special occasion closet. So if it makes sense for you to, depending again how you're set up, to have these items in a specific closet just to help you stay focused. Because I don't know about you, but I get distracted easily, okay? I consider it multitasking, but I'm really distracted. And then I'll just start working on a ton of different things. But definitely set that priority and write it down if it makes it easier, and have an accountability partner with you. Okay. Sometimes it's good to have someone to help you stay focused and stay accountable. And don't bring that chatty friend that's not going to do any work, because make sure this person is going to actually do some work. Okay. So we have first step, breathe. Understand this is a mental process. It can be a little bit emotional. It's going to be a lot of work, but we're going to get through it. Next step, remove all miscellaneous items. These are the random things that are just in your closet for storage. In that random storage bin, get it out of there. If it's your old mail, get it out of there, okay? Then we're setting priorities, focusing on one section of the closet. Now, the next is going to be, the next is going to be the try on, okay? Now, this is the part that can be the most physically draining, to be completely honest, because trying on clothes can take a lot of energy. Now, it can be really fun, or it can be a reality check that you have items in your closet that might not be fitting for your lifestyle. Okay. Either it doesn't fit, we are coming out of a pandemic where we might not have been as physically active as we were before. Or maybe, we started drinking a little bit more. I know in the beginning of the pandemic, I was cooking with, I was drinking with every meal that I was cooking. And so I started noticing a couple things about my body. And I'm like, hold on. But I understand even working from home, I'm not as physically active. And so sometimes you don't notice these things until it's time to try on your clothing. Now, what I will say is that during this process, it's important to just have someone that is going to be your accountability partner. Okay. And the reason I say that is because the next phase is going to be to sort the clothing. Okay. Now, there's going to be 4 different piles that you are going to be sorting your clothes that you're trying on. Okay. And so remember, based on your priority, you're going to try on each item in that section. So take everything off the hanger and try it on. Now, there's going to be 4 different sections. So the first one is going to be the pile where these are your keepers. These are clothes that you wear on a consistent basis. They fit well. You feel great in it. It aligns with your personal and professional goals. It's on trend. It's on brand. And these are going to be your staple items, things that are never going to go out of style that you just absolutely love. And again, these are no brainers. Okay. So your keeps, again, make sure that this is something you've worn in the last year or maybe 2 years, depending on just, your lifestyle. And just make sure that it still makes sense. Okay. So your keep should be the easiest thing to sort. The next pile is going to be the donate. So these are the ones that you're going to get rid of. Either you're going to donate them, you're going to sell it, or these are going to be items that you're going to throw away. Okay. And when I say donate, so these are going to be pieces that you take to a shelter or to Goodwill or to Salvation Army. And I always recommend that you take it to a nonprofit or somewhere that you're actually passionate about, not just like a random like bin on the side of the road. And the reason I recommend that is just because it feels better, at least in my opinion. So I like to send my stuff to either a domestic violence shelter or to even some friends. I'll donate clothing to friends who I know might need some things, or who might know some other people who need some things. So I might post something on social media, or people will reach out to me. But again, even when I work with clients, I'll ask them and say, hey, is there a particular organization that you're passionate about or a topic? And then I'll find a nonprofit where I can donate and support that cause. So that's something that's really important to me. And I try not to just randomly donate to just a random place. Okay. And I highly encourage you to do the same. The next piece is to sell. Now, some of these items can be designer, they could be closet staples, they could be good quality, and maybe it just doesn't fit you anymore. So maybe it just a little tight, or maybe it's a little too big, or maybe it's just doesn't necessarily align with your goals anymore. And so you don't necessarily have to donate those. Sometimes you want to take it to a consignment shop, especially if it's something that's designer. There's a ton of consignment shops out here in Atlanta, and I'm sure, just across the US. And so do some research. There's like Plato's Closet, there's Crossroads, there are just a ton of places. So I know some people are like, well, I paid way too much money for this. Even Poshmark, like online boutiques, or posting things on your social media, people will buy them. Okay, so sometimes, like I mentioned, if you purchase something and you're like, oh, this is a quality piece, but it doesn't work with you, try selling it. And then you might feel a little bit better about getting rid of it. Okay. And then the last one is going to be throw it away. Now, these are pieces that are damaged, right? That are just completely out of style. Like nobody should wear it, whatever this is. Maybe this was like a one-time thing you wore for like a concert or Coachella or something along those lines. It's probably good to just go ahead and toss it, and just go ahead and let that go. Okay. Let me know if I'm going too fast, but we're going to keep this ball rolling. Again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in the chat. You guys know I don't like to talk to myself, so let's feel free to put stuff in the chat. Okay, so we talked about, let's see, we have the keep pile. That's pile number 1 when we're sorting. We have our donate, sell, throw away. So that's number 2. Number 3 is going to be our alterations pile. Now this goes back to having quality items maybe that we can reimagine. So sometimes you might have a piece that it might not fit anymore, but maybe there's a way that it can be altered, or we can reimagine it so that it now works for you. And I've seen that done with denim. I've seen it done with jackets, especially quality pieces. Now, these aren't pieces that came from Shein now. These are nice quality, real leather, real, solid pieces in our wardrobes that we want to make sure actually fit us. So again, don't be shy to talk to your alterations person. Everyone should have an alterations person. I say that all the time because a nice quality altered piece will make the world of difference. So make sure you're doing some research with either a lot of cleaners might have that additional service in the neighborhood, but get you a good alterations person. And then you can figure out, if some of those pieces can still work with you. Because again, sometimes it's great quality or it might be a good staple. And you don't necessarily want to let it go because it can work. So let's talk through, maybe we can, just figure out how to alter it. So Chemistry says, hey, Chemistry, thanks for joining. How can I tell if a color works well on me? That is a great question. And actually, I'm going to be doing a psychology of color series. Well, not series, but a live. But spoiler alert, all colors look great on us, on our skin. But we will definitely talk about that. But in a short answer, an easy way to tell if a color works well on me, on you, excuse me, or on anyone, is by making sure, number 1, you don't feel washed out. Like, a color should not make you look tired. And a lot of times when we choose colors that wash us out, it makes us look a little bit drained. So colors should make you look vibrant and appear vibrant. So make sure that when you put this color on, it doesn't flush you out, if that makes sense. That's like an easy go-to thing. But bright colors are going to look great on us, on our skin. So 9 times out of 10, you probably look good in it. Okay. All right. And then the last bucket. So we have keep, we have our donate, sell, throw away, we have our alterations. And then the last one is your not sure pile. And it's totally fine to have a pile where you're like, you know what, I like this piece, I like this shirt, but I don't know if it looks good on me, or I don't know if this is still on brand, or if this aligns with my future self. So it's totally okay to have a pile where you're not really sure, because that's what you hire an expert for, right? Or that's why you bring in a friend that's going to hold you accountable and maybe give you a second opinion. So this process goes a lot smoother when you have someone there to support you through there. So you're not questioning and second guessing yourself. But at times there is going to be some pieces that you're just not sure about. So I want to just take the pressure away and let you know that that is totally fine, that you have a not sure pile, and that you can definitely review it with me or with a friend or someone that you trust and that is going to point you in the right direction when it comes to fashion and style and professionalism. Okay. All right. So now we are at the phase where we've tried on all of our clothes, right? So we went piece by piece through every single item within that section based on our priority, right? So either it's based on lifestyle, if this is a certain item, whether it's your shirt section, your bottoms, your winter wear, your dresses, and you've tried on all of those pieces. Then you've sorted them into 4 different piles: your keeps, the item that you're going to get rid of, whether you're going to donate them, throw it away, or sell or consign. You have your alterations pile, where you're going to reimagine some pieces, or maybe just a button was missing, or a zipper was damaged and you're just going to take it to the alterations place to get that fixed. And then finally, you have your not sure pile, where you need an expert opinion, such as myself, to steer you in the right direction on whether or not you should keep that item. Thank you, Jessica. Yes, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to put them in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you. All right, so now we are moving on. So now our closet should be empty, or at least that particular section, right? Because remember, when we try things on, we're actually removing it from our closet and putting them in the section. So now we're going to focus on our keep pile. Okay, these are our for sure yeses that we know align with our future self. And now we're going to add those back into the closet and organize them. Now, everybody has their personal preference on how they organize pieces in their closet. I know for me personally, I like to use the Roy G. Biv method. It just, to me, it looks better and it's easy for me to, oh gosh, my sister's on and she's distracting me. It's easy to, excuse me. It's easy to, I'm sorry, to focus on those particular pieces. So again, once you have those items that you're going to keep, you're going to organize those. Now, I love to use the Roy G. Biv method, as I've mentioned before, and I like to focus on my solids first, okay? Now, why do I like to focus on my solids first? Because when it comes to sorting by color, sometimes when you have multicolored items like florals or like different patterns, it can be hard to identify what that dominant color is going to be. Okay, so you want to make sure, again, that you're sorting it, at least for my closet, and maybe one day I'll do like a visual of my closet. Not today, but maybe one day soon. And I like to do the solids first, and then I put my patterns in a different section. It just looks a lot cleaner. So go on Pinterest, go on YouTube. There's going to be a ton of like different inspo pics and videos that you can easily reference, or feel free to reach out to me and I would love to support you in this. But now we're going to organize our keeps, the items that we are keeping in our wardrobe that align with our future self. Okay. Yes. Okay, Deborah, I will definitely do that. What I'll probably do is do a video. I actually recorded most of when I did my own closet cleanse. I just never put the video together. So now I will do it, and I will certainly, I'll definitely post it so you guys can at least have a visual of what my closet looks like. Okay. All right. So then once you have everything organized, this is a very, very important step. Because once you have these items organized, now you're able to do your gap analysis, okay? Have you ever went grocery shopping before looking in your refrigerator or before looking in your pantry? And have you ever purchased something that you already had? I know I have. I've done that several times, right? So normally when it's time to go grocery shopping, at least I do this, like I open my refrigerator, see, okay, what do I need? I look in my pantry. Okay, do I still need some milk, some eggs, etc.? And then I go create my shopping list. So now we're going to do the same thing with your closet. Your clothes are no different. It's now time to look in your wardrobe and see, based on your lifestyle, right, what makes the most sense for you and where are the gaps. So if you are going into the office, it's important to make sure you have a robust professional wardrobe that's going to set you up for success, right? If you work from home, maybe you don't need 10 suits. Maybe you need to purchase some comfortable attire, at least some professional tops, but maybe, you might need to invest in some more comfortable bottoms. And that's totally fine. But again, remember, it's based off of your lifestyle. So now let's really analyze our closets and figure out where the gaps are. So that is going to be that gap analysis phase. Okay, I hope this is making sense. So treat it just like you would when you're going grocery shopping and assess what's in your wardrobe Assess what gaps you have based on your lifestyle. If you go to a lot of special events or a lot of dinners or galas or fundraisers, you have to make sure you have some pieces that's going to support that. Okay. Because the last thing, and I mean, the worst thing is having a scholarship dinner. You're like, oh, shoot, I don't have anything to wear. Now you're scrambling and trying to figure out something to wear to a dinner because your closet does not reflect your lifestyle. And you know that you go to a lot of scholarships, a lot of events. And so we'll talk about wardrobe staples at some point, but definitely focus on your lifestyle. Deborah says, I do that all the time when I'm buying clothes. I buy the same thing a lot. It happens. I've never thought about doing a shopping list for buying clothes. Yep. And this is honestly how you save money too, because it's happened to me too in the past where I'm like, oh, shoot, I already had this style of jeans. But again, doing a, creating a list, which is actually the next step, creating a shopping list is really going to help you streamline this process. And also so you don't get overwhelmed when you're shopping too. Because these malls can be very overwhelming. Even shopping online can be overwhelming, and you can lose focus very easily when shopping for, when you're just going to the mall and saying, okay, whatever sticks out to me, like it reminds me of going to Target. And I'm just like, okay, let's see what's in here. And I just end up with a basket full of items that I didn't necessarily need. So it's important that you create this shopping list to really set yourself up for success. So Chemistry says, Krysta, how long should I keep my favorite outfit that is fitting very snug? Your favorite outfit that is fitting very snug. So if it's fitting very snug, you're saying very. So honestly, Chemistry, I would say it's probably time to let go. But I would want to ask you, why is this considered your favorite outfit? Is it because it's tied to a certain sentimental event? Or is this your favorite outfit because it makes you feel good? It makes you feel beautiful? Because if that's the case, there are other clothing items that can fill that void. So I would ask you before getting rid of it is, why is that considered your favorite outfit? And what can we do to fill in that gap to now complete your wardrobe? So you say, yes, it's from a deceased family member. Okay. So I would say, it might be important to think about that alterations piece, because I don't know what this item is, but maybe this is something that can be repurposed so that you can still wear it and so that it fits you properly. Or maybe this is something, that you just want to hang on to, and that's totally fine. Especially when, I understand that it holds that value. But what I will say is, you don't want to wear something that does not fit you properly. And this is going to come across when you wear it, because you're either going to be pulling at it, depending on what item it is, and you might be a little bit uncomfortable. And that's going to come across when you actually wear that item. So I'd love to just, we could talk about it offline and see what the item is. Maybe it can be repurposed. Or maybe this is something that just needs to sit in the closet. So yeah, that's kind of touchy. So I totally understand that. All right. So let's see where we are. And please, yes, keep the questions coming, you guys. Thank you so much. So the last, actually, that is the last step. So is going to be that shopping list. And again, this is based off of the gap analysis that is created based off of when you've organized all of the items that you are keeping. Okay. So that is pretty much the end, you guys, as far as the process goes of mastering the closet edit. Now, again, what I will say just before going into this particular process, as I mentioned previously, it is a very emotional process. And a lot of times we just say, oh, it's just clothing, but sometimes these items really do hold a lot of sentimental value. And I will say this, it's okay if items do not fit you either physically or socially in your lifestyle. it's okay to let those items go. Actually, it's very important to let those items go. And the reason why I say that is because when we make room for the things that serve us and that actually align with our purpose, we get rid of things that no longer serve us. And this is clothing, this is anything in life. That's when we make room for the things that are truly aligned with our purpose and who we are. But we have to take the first step with removing those items. So don't get so caught up in, wow, well, this shirt, reminds me of when I used to go out and I used to kill the game in this. Well, you might be in a different phase of life now. So let's focus on that. Let's create new memories and new accomplishments and new, exciting things with a new wardrobe. And so thank you so much, Chemistry. I appreciate you. So let's focus on the future, right? We should be excited about our future. And a lot of us are in transition. I work with a lot of women that are in transition, whether they're going into a new job or into a new relationship, or maybe they're exiting out of a relationship, or maybe they are coming out of school and now are looking for a job. A lot of people that I work with are in transition, and this is a very exciting time to now make sure that your wardrobe aligns with this next stage of the journey. Okay, we don't want our clothing to hold us back. We want this to be a vehicle in which we can show up in our authentic self, because that's when we are truly empowered, and that's when we perform the best. When you look good, you feel good. Okay, I steal that saying from my uncle Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. He's not my uncle, but I say that. And I steal that saying from him all the time because it's true. Right? It is so true. You know how you strut across the room when you have on that favorite outfit or that power suit, right? Or that little black dress. You're so confident in that. And so why not fill your closet up with items that all make you feel like that? Hey, Misha, thank you for joining. Hey, right? Why not fill our entire wardrobe and our closet up with items that truly make us feel good? And it is possible. It really is possible. And guess what? I can help you with that. I can certainly help you with that. And I offer free brand discovery calls. So this is a no strings attached. It's a conversation where we just jump on the phone. We can talk about your lifestyle, what some of your challenges are when it comes to your personal brand, and how you want to elevate, right? We can talk about how you want to elevate, what your goals are, and then if it's a good fit, how I can support you on that journey. So again, I do offer free brand discovery calls. I would love to connect with you all. I appreciate you so much for joining tonight. And of course, feel free if you have any questions at all about what we talked about tonight, or anything with the process of doing a closet edit. Maybe something didn't make sense or you want additional clarity on it. Feel free to put it in the chat, or feel free to reach out to me, send me a DM. I'm always open to just have a conversation. And this is my passion. I love doing this. I love working with women and seeing the transition. Thank you so much, Deborah. Sis, I appreciate you for joining. I love just seeing that transformation of going from just unsure to completely confident, and seeing your wardrobe reimagined. That truly brings me so much joy. So again, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, Christine, for joining. I appreciate you all so much for joining. Oh, I forgot my critique of the week. I knew I was forgetting something. So every week, I have something called a critique of the week. Okay. And so for this week, it's either a quote or a tip or something that I want to share. And so my critique of this week, is actually going to be related to tonight's topic of the closet edit. And this is actually going to be something that I recommend that you invest in and that you purchase when you do your closet edit. Okay. And if we work together, if you want to hire me to do your closet edit, this is something that I always recommend for my clients to purchase. And that's going to be the power of a velvet hanger, specifically a black velvet hanger, but depending on your closet, everybody has their preference, but black velvet hangers are a game changer. Okay. And let me tell you 2 reasons why black velvet hangers are a game changer. And this is your critique of the week. Okay. This is your tip. So black velvet hangers, why are they so important? Number 1, it's a space saver. Okay. Black velvet. And did I bring one? Hold on 1 second. I knew I had one close. So this is going to be the black velvet hanger. Now, this is going to be a game changer, number 1, because it's a space saver. So you can see how thin it is. They're flat, and it allows all of your clothing items to just be lined up against one another. So it's going to be a space saver. And number 2, it looks amazing. If you still have, and this is a no judgment zone, it's always a no judgment zone, I promise. If you still have colorful plastic hangers mixed with wire hangers from the cleaners, again, this is a no judgment zone, so you don't even have to raise your hand, but it's time to upgrade, okay? It's time to make the transition. And I tell you, it will make a huge difference when you walk into your closet and you see all of your clothes on the same type of hanger. It does something to you mentally. It's like euphoria when you walk into your closet. Okay, I promise you. And you can purchase these from Costco. So probably Sam's Club. I don't shop at Sam's Club, but Costco comes in like 100. TJ Maxx, Amazon. I actually have these linked on my Amazon storefront, so you could check that. I actually have an entire section on closet edits if you want to see what other items that I purchased. But get you a set of black velvet hangers, okay? Okay, Christine. You got all of them. Okay, let me go upgrade the rest of your hangers. Yes, sis, upgrade your hangers, okay? It makes a huge, huge difference. And if anybody else does, please let me know. Take a before and after. But again, if you need help, let me know and I'll help you. But this is the critique of the week. Black velvet hangers, okay? These are a game changer. Invest. They're not expensive. So Amazon, Costco, TJ Maxx, you can get them. I'm telling you, it's going to change your entire closet and it'll change your life. Okay, well, now on that note, I am going to let you all go. But again, I just appreciate the engagement this evening. Thank you all so much for joining on my live. I'm so excited. I finally got to post on my personal Facebook page, you guys. I was having some technical difficulties, so that's why I was only going to one destination, but we are live and we are here. So I'm actually on LinkedIn and Facebook, my personal page and my business page. So we are kicking, like my system, we're just going to keep this thing going. Again, this is week 4, so I'm a month in and I'm so excited to keep this going. Feel free to send me any topics that you all are interested in learning about when it comes to personal branding, wardrobe. Next week, we'll probably talk about wardrobe staples, potentially. I think that's where my spirit is headed. So be sure to look out for the live. Please share this with a friend that can learn from this. Thank you so much, Chemistry. And thank you, Christine. Thank you both for joining. And on that note, I will see you all next Monday. It's going to be same time, same place, every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Keeping It Classy with Krysta. I'm so excited. Thank you, Courtney, for joining. Oh, wait. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining, ladies. All right, share this with a friend, and I'll see you all next week. Take care. Bye.